Hello everybody and welcome to my channel, Sheep Sweet, and today I'm going to show you my reptile room. This is something I enjoy heavily on YouTube. I love watching everybody's reptile rooms. It like gives me like inspiration. Not only like I feel like when I see other people's designs, I'm really bad at designing and like decorating tanks. I feel like that's like my worst trait about me. I'm like terrible. And when I see other people's designs, I'm always like, oh, this is awesome. I'm gonna totally steal that. So maybe if you see some of my stuff, or maybe you're interested in this stuff too, you'll enjoy watching this. Plus, this is gonna be a great, like, I have changed my reptile room so much in the past, just the past year, and I would love like to look back on it, because sometimes I see my pictures, I was like, dang man, I wish I took a video and seen what it looked like. So this is gonna be like almost a diary for me as well. So let's get started, shall we? So first off, we're gonna start, I guess, with this closet area, which is my veiled chameleon. Yeah, there she is right there, and here is her food bowl, and that's why she's sitting over. I just gave her a mealworm just to see what she would do, and I guess I'll give her like a dubia roach next. But yeah, look at her just sitting there waiting. She's also in shed, if you can see that right there, and I need to also replace her drip water. And up top I have, you know, obviously a heat bulb, a LED. Actually, I think that's a grow light with like, I can't remember the stuff on there. Anyways, I had some plants in here. I took them out because they were far on the bottom. They weren't getting enough light. I'm gonna put like a tree in there or something next. But anyways, UVB, and obviously I built this tank myself. If you're not familiar, there's a guide on my channel, but pretty easy. I will say in the guide though, it didn't have solid backgrounds. I changed that later. I really was wanting to spray for misting and stuff like that. Example, like right now, she is heavily in shed. And because of that, I want to spray the tank down and just go, you know, and this is all waterproof stuff. So like right now, I can just go in here and spray it. I'll show you, for instance. She will not like it, but I'm going to show you. Also, I use this to spray my animals. Got it at Home Depot. I think it was like, you know, 10 bucks or something like that. She's like, get the F away from me. You know, and I could just spray the whole thing. And she could drink from it, everything like that. You know, I don't have to worry about it. But with the screen backgrounds, I really did not like that I could not spray, because then it would get on my actual walls, my actual floors, and I just really didn't like it. So I replaced it with some really thin plywood that I got from Lowe's. It was like 7 bucks, and I just put it on the sides. So I did modify my build that you see. If you do watch my YouTube video, I modified it differently. But anyway, yeah, this is Yaya, and this is her cage. We'll move on. This is my leopard gecko Charmander. My son named him. And as you can tell, this tank is pretty barren. I'm going to do a bioactive. That's pothos. I put it in there because I had nowhere else to put it. But I've recently just moved these guys here. I'm going to get some Shade Dweller UVB up here as well. But right now, this is just an LED light and a heat lamp. I'm having really good success with bioactive terrariums. I really love them, and I'm getting heavily into them. So that's why I moved these guys, because these leopard geckos were in one of these down here, and now they're in this long. But as you can tell, Charmander does not like me talking, and she has a couple of hides. So I'm gonna add some more in there. I'm gonna go look for some like pieces of wood, like some driftwood to throw in there. But yeah, I'm gonna put some succulents and some other stuff in here as well. There's a cricket running loose right there. But she just recently got into this cage. Same with new Charmander, my sweet girl over here, also named by my son. Same thing, LED light. This daylight 5000K, I think. I can't remember. That's why, don't quote me on it. And just a regular heat lamp. It stays pretty good in here. I did have temps in the corners. Once I knew what I was getting, I just kind of took them out and used them for other things. Couple hides in here. She likes to literally sit in the middle where there's her tail's exposed. She does not care. Okay, she's just the way she is. Those are the leftover pothos I had out of the other one, and I was like, I'll put something in here. But anyways, yeah, same with her. I'm gonna be doing a pretty awesome bioactive enclosure. I may make a video out of it, honestly, but I gave her lots of dirt, and the dirt started growing mushrooms, which is very good if you're trying to do a bioactive. That means the dirt is very healthy. So yes, these are my leopard geckos as of now. I mean, I've had them forever, but this is the enclosures they're living in now, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be their forever homes. I'm like, pretty sure. But if we go up top, this is the food for the food. This is my Madagascar hissing cockroaches, and this is my Halloween hissing cockroaches, and this is my dubia farm, which is like crazy. I'm gonna make a video about this as well on how to start one. People always ask me how to I start one. I feel like it's the most easiest thing in the world. You throw them in a tank, you feed them, bam, they make babies, and I have so much, and that's why you see this one up here. I'm gonna separate the males from the females, because this right now, it looks dirty, and that's because it is, and that's because there's like probably like 500 hissing cockroaches in there. They had babies and it just went wild. And as you can see right here, my Halloweens had babies as well, which I thought they get a little smaller. I thought they'd get a little bigger. And by the time they were this size, they were already pregnant and having babies. So let's go back over here though, and we'll go down. And right here is, I will warn you that there's 30 tarantulas in my room, and that's mainly what my room is. So that's why I'm going to be looking at you right here. Give you a second to really take it in, because you're going to be seeing, I have 30 tarantulas in here. I have a couple of scorpions. I have many different types of scorpions. So be prepared, okay? You're not leaving. You're sticking this out. You're going to check it out, okay? Because I'm showing you what I got. Anyways, here we go. So this is my rear horned baboon tarantula. Right there. It's so much reflection you really can't see it. This is a Mexican red knee tarantula. This is a Philippine tangerine. The reason I'm not really showing them close is because they're all in burrows. Besides my Mexican red knee. If you can see it, you really... Oh, there you go. Yeah, look at him. He's definitely a male. And I honestly, I really don't know. I feel like he's a male. He's growing super fast. And my other one is not growing fast. Although I guess you just don't know. But I feel like he's a male, and I haven't checked his molt out because every time he gets his molt, he destroys it. Anyways, yeah, this is his tank, and would you believe it? He is huge. Like if I put my finger next to him, look how big he is. I got him as a spiderling. Literally, you know, he was like, he's probably like this big when I got him. He is just now 1 year old, and he grew just in 1 year to this size. He's a monster, but I digress. Oh, this is Kelly. She's out and about. This is my girl Kelly. She's a Texas brown tarantula. If you see her booty, she's about to molt, and she was underground for a good amount of time. I don't know where she was doing down there, but she came out finally. I've actually had her for a while. I've never seen her rub off her butt hairs before, but I assume it's because I put a cricket in there and the cricket ran away, and I guess it bothered her and maybe she kicked off her hails, but her hair, I'm over here messing up, but I'm assuming soon she will molt. She hasn't molted in a good while, although they don't molt when they're that big. This is also my biggest tarantula and my oldest tarantula in my entire room. And it's weird because I didn't know Texas Browns webbed up like this. I mean, she has like her whole, you can't really see it, but on the glass, on the roof, it looks foggy. That's because she webbed up everything. Everything's webbed up in her enclosure, and it's always been that way. I've moved her enclosures before, and it's the first thing she does. She goes and webs up the walls, everything. Next up, we have my Brazilian black sling. He's in there, burrowed as well. Oh, and this is my straight horned baboon tarantula in here, and burrowed as well. I mean, they just stay burrowed. Most of the time, tarantulas are just kind of like a jar of dirt. And these two right here are my vinegaroons. This is an adult vinegaroon who's in a burrow as well. And this one we can actually see because it's super tiny. This is my baby vinegaroon. Let's see if we can see it. There he is. Look under there. You can see him chilling. He doesn't like, I bet he knows that I'm tilting his house up. He's like, what are you doing, dude? Look at him moving around. I think he molted, or he might be molting soon because he looks darker. And I mean, look at him walking around. Look at his little antennas. I'm about to drop this and I put it down. Those are my vinegaroons. Let's go ahead and move down. If we move down, this is my firebelly toad, who is also high. Actually, no, maybe. No, yeah, he's definitely. Oh, no. There he is. In the wild, he is just chilling on a rock. Looking majestic and beautiful. Look at him. So beautiful, my little baby. And right here we have my ball python, who is also just 1 year old. And I know the tank is small. I know the tank is bare. And he just has a giant water bowl. However, it's going to be upgraded. I'm going to build a tank. I've been testing a lot of things, and I'll get to that later. But for now, this is my ball python, Nagini. And he is growing like a weed. He came out of, there he is right there. I don't know if it's he or she. But 1 year old. Pretty huge. He literally last year this time was, I mean, so tiny, super tiny, and now he is gigantic, or she. I don't know yet what he or she is, but as you can tell, doing what ball pythons do. I'll go ahead and put him back because, you know, he was kind of chilling right there. Nope, sorry about that, Nagini. And that's pretty much his cage for now. And then we're moving on to these right here. I recently moved my Pacman frogs into these, and it's so hilarious. I have a Pacman care guide, and I was really like, yeah, these exoterras aren't really good for them. You know, you really probably shouldn't put them in there. But I feel like recently I moved my leopard geckos out here, and I was like, I have these aquarium. I didn't have anything to put these in, you know. These were just gonna sit around the house, and I was like, dang, I really hate that I have exoterras, which are really expensive terrariums, and I want to put something in there. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna eat my words, and I'm gonna put my Pacman frogs in there. And right now they have eaten quite a bit, and they have buried themselves. This is one of my Pacman frogs. He is definitely right there. I know because that's where I last fed him. My other Pacman frog, he is also somewhere over here. But yeah, I mean, like I said, you don't always have to listen to, like, I just said, you know, hey, you know, the main thing I don't like about exoterras is they don't have enough substrate. Like, I really want a lot of substrate. I feel like they should be like almost this tall for substrate, and really they're only like down to here because this is where the vents are at. And once you get to here, it kind of stops. They'll just like leak out the soil. So in the back, I have it really high because Pacman frogs really love to burrow. They love to burrow like super deep. And before I had them in these 10-gallon tanks, and it was filled like 50 to 60%, and they would burrow all the way to the bottom. So yeah, so that's basically what this is now. These are my Pacman frog tanks, and I kind of like it. I feel like I really like my Pacman frogs in there. So anyways, yeah, you know, go ahead and watch my care guides, but also don't take them seriously, you know what I'm saying? Moving down to the bottom shelf, though, this is my Emperor Scorpion right here, and I know the LED lights are kind of going crazy, but I don't have any other lights to see them. If I turn this off, it's going to be really hard to see them. I kind of hate that the LED lights, that's what you're seeing, like the vibration is the LED lights, and it's just kind of matching the FPS of my camera. I don't know how to get rid of that, but anyways, this is the only one over here. After this, you won't see the LED anymore. Anyway, point is, so this is my Egyptian Emperor Scorpion. I can't even freaking talk right now. He made a burrow over there underground as well. One thing I will say about scorpions is they're incredibly boring. If you think tarantulas are boring, scorpions are boring. And these are all my slings. There's some golden ring. My goodness. Forgive me. I just cannot speak today. Like, I don't know what it is. Anyways, these are my golden knees. These are my Brazilian blacks. There's a white knee. There is a... Oh, man. Gosh, I can't even think of the name right now. Anyways, point is, there's tons of tarantulas. Y'all probably do not care. I mean, I feel like I mainly focus on reptiles mostly. I don't know, maybe. Anyways, point is, red knees, Brazilian blacks, white knees, chalk and golden. Tons of knees up in here, okay? There's knees everywhere, all right? There's white knees, golden knees, black knees, everywhere, son. Anyways, and behind that is my black Asian forest scorpion. Also, in his hide, only comes out to eat, goes back in. I don't see him for the longest time until he wants to eat again. That's all time I ever see him is when he wants to eat. But now we have seen one entire wall from this side to this side, and now we will check also up top with the feeders. Like, that's one thing I noticed, dude, is as a reptile person and like spider person, I do not buy feed anymore. I just breed tons of insects. I get food for the food that is the food. But yes, so I breed tons of my insects. I have mealworms, I have hissers, I have crickets. I took the crickets out of this room because they were so loud. I put them in my living room. Dude, I was gonna record it, and all I heard was just the tons of the crickets going crazy. The dubious, like I said, I breed all the food so that way I don't have to buy them. And one thing that sucks about breeding these is that when you start breeding, you realize that you cannot get rid of these guys fast enough. Like, pretty soon, I was trying to get rid of these guys to people, and I was like, hey, I know you have a bearded dragon. Do you want some mealworms? Do you want some dubious? And they were like, nah, that's okay, man. I got plenty. I guess they breed too or something, but I don't know what to do with all of my feeders. It's going crazy. I'm getting way too much, and I'm just gonna give them away at one point. I don't know if I'm gonna find somebody to give them to, okay? If we're looking at it this way, this is the one wall, and then this right here is another wall, and right here is a bioactive terrarium. This is my Crested gecko, and I never see her except at nighttime when it's pitch black. Violetta, and it's honestly, if you've seen it before, the greens and everything has really started to sprout up, especially this red. I can't remember what the heck this red one is. This guy has grown. This guy I added in later is going crazy. My pothos, you know what's weird is pothos is like the best plant to grow, but dude, I am so terrible. I kill pothos. I just kill plants. I don't know what it is. I'm really terrible at growing plants, but man, this bioactive terrarium is like so amazing. I don't know what I did with this. Pretty much nothing. I just put them in here. I gave it the LED light, and this is just a strip light from Walmart, and that'll work and grow your plants. And I tested it out on these guys, and it did. I learned this from Weed People. Weed People was like, this is how I grow my weed, and I just use LED strip lights, man, and that's what I did, and it works, dude. Like, these plants are going crazy. This is just like 3 months. It's not even that long. It's been 3 months, and the plants in here have grown exceptionally well. And also the dirt, I will say, all the dirt in my videos, I pretty much make myself. It's peat moss mixed with sand, and I added some topsoil. The topsoil is really good for like bioactive. Not a lot of topsoil. It's probably like 5 to 10% topsoil. I don't know if you can see it. Anyways, point is the springtails in this, I have some, I think dairy cow isopods or something like that. I can't remember. The isopods in here are like really tiny isopods compared to what's in my green anole tank. I'll get to that one later. But I have tons of springtails in here. They're going crazy. I'll see if you can see them. It was funny, one time my Crested gecko was down here sleeping and I didn't know it. Or she was just down here chilling, and I was looking to see if because I thought my isopods died. And when I moved the thing, dude, she shot up so hard and hit her head on there. And she scared me because I was like, oh God. She was just chilling. And then, you know, we did it. But I'm pretty sure like the isopods like to hang out in this little moss right here. Let me see. I feel like they like to go crazy in this. I lied. I don't see any. Oh, there's one. There's an isopod right there. A dairy, whatever. I can't remember the name of them. I don't know their names, but yeah, look at him. He's going. You can barely see him. He's going into the darkness. Anyways, yeah, they really like to hang out by this moss. This moss that's definitely dead. Yeah, that's the one thing. Also, the moss I killed. Anyways, point is, it's bioactive terrarium. It's doing work. But anyways, point is, the bioactive terrarium, it's amazing. This one's also bioactive. I don't have leaves on the ground. It's okay. This pothos, like I said, is growing like a... So this pothos was actually, this was just one pot. It literally was like this. I'm not even joking. This is all the pothos in my room is from one plant, like one tiny pothos plant. And that's what it looked like. And now, as you can tell, it's huge, it's growing crazy. And there's another pothos right here. And I really think it's my soil. I don't want to toot my own horn here, but my soil is amazing. Also, there's my girl right here, Hermione. She's beautiful. Or Harry, one of the two. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's Hermione. But anyways, so this is my green anole tank again with a homemade this is a homemade little holder for the strip lights. This is a strip light right there, and I really love lights that you can daisy chain. So as you can tell, this is connected to that, and same way back there, there's an Arcadia Shade Dweller UVB right there, and one right there also daisy chained, so that way I have more plugins. Okay, that's what I love, is more plugins. And the ambient room temperature in my room is 76 degrees. It gets really hot in here, and that's what I worry about my Crested gecko. I always make sure it's cool, but it does get hot in here. As you can tell, the hottest it gets is 80 degrees. And I have air conditioning, but it's just, whew, it gets hot up in here. I live in Oklahoma, and my air conditioning actually went out this summer when it was 120 degrees. I was so afraid that I was gonna lose my Crested gecko. Violet, I forgot to tell you her name, Violet. And I didn't though, thank goodness. But dude, let me tell you, it was all my animals. I had to turn all the lights off. All the lights were off in here, and my animals were loving it. Also, oh, there's a baby out right there. But anyways, we'll move on. So if we're moving down to some more tarantulas, baby slings. And it's just interesting is I found this guy in Walmart. There's a gecko in this tank. I found him on the floor of Walmart. You can't tell because I'm gonna tell you right now, the reflection on these tanks are amazing. Anyways, if you can see into there, you probably can. Let me see if I can see his. I can't see his face. I don't know where he's at. He's in here somewhere. Anyways, it's a Mediterranean house gecko, and I need to get a UVB for him. Like I said, I need to pick up 3 UVBs, and my room will be complete for now. But I put him in there for now. I found him on the floor of a Walmart, just walking around. I'm gonna make a video about that, but I've had him for like a couple months now, and I just now put him in here because this is a new setup in my whole room. So just put him in there. And these are my little baby tarantulas, Mexican red knees, giant Mexican red knees. And this is Oklahoma tea. If you do this, what's crazy about my Oklahoma tea is the size of it. Like if you look at the size of this Oklahoma tea sling, that's it right there. It's not even the size of my thumb. I don't even know if you can tell, if you can see it. It is so tiny. Like those are its little legs right there. It's tiny little legs. It's the size of like a grain of rice. And then if I put her here, that is what size she'll get later. It's crazy. That's like the size of my palm for sure. And she's over there just chilling, grooming herself right now. It's crazy that she's out. She might be, you know, gonna shed today or molt today. I don't know. And these are my curly hair tarantulas. 3 of them right there, all burrowed. And here we go. Here is right back here. If we actually look in the back, this is my giant tailless whip scorpions. Love them. Want to breed them. Have not found a male. There's 2 females in this tank. You really can't tell. It's terrible. I'm sorry. The reflections are crazy. Right here is a, oh my goodness, I can't even talk today. In this enclosure is a feather leg baboon, and I need to rehouse it soon. In this enclosure is a, ooh, there it is, look at him, look at him. Oh, I think it's a Trinidad chevron, if I can get it closer. There we go. Yeah, Trinidad chevron tarantula. There he is up in there. And then right here is my pink toe. I've never had any slings die, knock on wood, but or I mean I did technically, so it's weird. Okay, out of all the slings I've had, I only had 2 die, and they were both pink toes, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Keeping some soil in there, giving them water bowls, and I feel like it has to do with something, like maybe it's humidity in the tank, because I noticed it just got a little dry in the little cups, and then they died. And one of them died during molt, so it had to have been the humidity. But it just, the problem is it just gets so hot in Oklahoma, and it gets really dry. It can be very humid, really dry, and the temperature's just like crazy. And I think that's what it is, but that's my only thing I hate, is that I had 3 pink toes and 2 of them died. Never had any other tarantula die, and except those. Knock on wood, knock on wood. But slings, that happens sometimes with slings. We're gonna move on down, and if we're moving down, this is another tailless whip scorpion, except these are South American tailless whip scorpions. If you look on the side, you actually see them. I can see them already. Look at them. If I can, it's crazy how much reflection is. There we go. Look at that. There he is. And there's more. Oh, there's another one right there. There's another one. Look at there. Yeah. There's 3 of them in here, all chilling, all live together, communal. I get there's a background. If I can focus. Let me just open this up, so that way there's no reflection. The background is climbable. It's aquarium sealed to the back, and cork bark is also climbable on the. They don't go climb on the back though. It's kind of crazy. Maybe they do, and I don't see one. But I've never seen them climb on the back. They always just stay on their little cork barks. And their 3rd one is back there, so the little water bowl. And next up is Tim Slim Jim, who always wants to eat. Right now, dude, okay, what's crazy is I got him only a couple months ago. I got him 5 months ago, and he was a baby. He was like a quarter size, growing incredibly fast. I have to get a bigger tank, 40-gallon. This is a 20-gallon long. These 2 fish, guys, be careful. When your kids go to like carnivals and they win fish, I don't know what to do with these fish. I'm gonna have to give them away because my kids got them, and they have been just living in here because I have no other place to put them for now. And that's why they're in here with Tim, and I gotta get them out sometime. Like I said, it's crazy. These are actually really invasive in parts of America, and people just give them out for free. They get too big. I can't take care of them, so I'm trying to find them a home. But anyways, yeah, this is Tim Slim Jim's cage. He is a fat boy. He loves to eat. I'm not even joking. Check this out. Who got him right here? Tim. You ready to eat? You ready to eat, baby? Even the freaking stupid goldfish are ready to eat. Oh, a little too much. That was my fault. It's because one-hand camera. But yes, I gotta get him a bigger tank, and I gotta find out something to do with the goldfish. My kids got them. And now I can't get rid of them. And I also do not have a big enough tank for them. I honestly think they need a bigger tank than Tim, which is pretty crazy if you think about it. But yeah, because these goldfish get pretty huge. So if we're moving on from here, we're going to go to here. And this is my Uromastyx. It's a red Saharan's Uromastyx cage. However, he is not in here because he escaped. He escaped through those little freaking vents on the sides. And honestly, looking at it now, though, I can totally see he's a baby. and I could totally see how he escaped because he could definitely fit through those vents, and that's what he did. He was in here for a while, and I guess he just got curious one day and was like, you know, I'm gonna go through these vents. And then he ran across my room, and he was right there just chilling, having a good old sleep. And I was so scared. I didn't know where he was at, and that's where he was. He was just chilling. And then if we go right up top, this is my yellow Saharan. She's a girl, and this is her cage. Also, I built it myself, and this is also what I was working with when I said that I was going to try to build a ball python cage. I'm going to do it like this, that way I could stack them. And this was my first one, this is my second one, that was my third one, my fourth one, and that was just leftover parts. But anyways, so my yellow Saharan, she's right there chilling, and then above her is my ball python that was also given to me. Is a Leopard lesser. Oh, damn, I about dropped it. And also, forgive me for not having a lot. Like I said, I do need to go get some more decorations, more wood, more stuff like that. But anyways, I'm pretty sure, I don't know, maybe it's not. Pretty sure it's a male. I'm not really into snakes. I also had to, oops, sorry, buddy. This is him right here. I also had to ask somebody what morph he was. They said Leopard lesser, and he's a pretty big boy. He's 3 foot 2 inches, and he's just chilling. Beautiful snake. It was given to me by my cousin. His name is Spoopy, and yeah, super easeable. You know, super good, handy snake. Love him. But I am going to build him a tank as well, similar to these ones. But I built these ones, and every time I built one, I just found flaws in my tanks, and I was like, ah, gosh. And so, anyways, I'm pretty sure now I know exactly how I'm going to build my tank. Anyway, so yeah, that's his tank. Also, these water bowls are just dog food water bowls, but it's big enough for him to soak, and it's big enough for him to drink. He never soaks, probably because I try to keep the humidity up in these, but glass tanks are really hard to keep humidity up. And so what I do is when I change out the water, I just dump out the water, so that way, you know, it absorbs all the water from the water bowl. This right here, as you can tell, this is like a computer fan, except it's not, it's just USB, and I put it onto here. I'm just trying to find a better way of like mounting it, so that way my Uromastyx, she's hiding out right now, but she'll get proper airflow. It's just better, because my first problem I found out was that I didn't have enough vents. There's 2 holes in the back, right back here, and then these little vents, and I noticed it was getting really hot in there, so I had to put a dimmer. I have a lot of my lights on dimmers, including my ball pythons. Dimmer, 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 dimmer. On this one, same thing. The holes in the back are bigger. I thought my Uromastyx was going to go through the holes in the back. He went through the holes on the side. So also I did a background. Love the background, except figured out needed bigger vents. So that's why we're going to move on to over here. And as you can tell, I have bigger vents. And bigger holes in the back, and as you can tell, more vents on the side. So on that one I put 2 vents, and so on the next one I'm gonna make, I'm actually gonna do a big vent right there, these 2 vents right here, as you can tell me, so it's really terrible, but a little vent up top, big vent on the bottom, and I'm gonna put the little vent right there. I'm gonna do 2 little vents on right there, this vent, and this vent, so that way it just allows for better air circulation. Since this is a closed top, and as you can tell, I have an LED flat light right there, UVB, and a heat bulb. And I only have 1. I was gonna do 2 so that it has a wider spread over the heat zone, but doing 2, it just got super hot in the tank, and I was like, oh, it's not gonna work very well. So now I have just 1. And it works pretty good. And this is my girl Toph. This is a Ornate Uromastyx. She's a beauty. Look at her. She's just soaking up the sun. She is in shed. All my animals right now are in shed and do not want to be messed with. They don't want to be touched. They don't want to be looked at. But anyway, this is her home. I try to mimic a environment similar to where she's from, which is rocky, sand, a lot of hiding places. I need more places for her to climb because they are near some cliffs, and these Ornates love to climb. There's some alfalfa hay with her daily. That looks old. It's not. I put that in there this morning. It's hot in the cage. It dries out very fast. As you can tell, she's already eaten it. You can't, maybe you can't tell, but anyway, she's eating a good portion of it. But she is about to shed. She's bloating up, getting ready for it. Down here is my other Ornate. Oh, there he is right there. I was like, where is he? This is Boomy, and he is a male, for sure a male. Toph, the jury's still out. But Boomy is definitely a male. He's walking around. He is in. He just maybe got through shedding, actually. I feel like he might have just got through shedding. He is a sweetheart. Also alfalfa hay. Same setup. little bit more tree limbs. There, look at him. Look at him. He's so beautiful. Oh my goodness. I love him. He's super blue. That's what I love about Ornates, is they're super blue. And I really fell in love with Uromastyx this year. And I've always wanted them since I was a kid. But they're super hard to find. So hard to find. And they're so beautiful. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. And they're so active. He's going to go bask. So ever since I was a kid, I went to my first ever pet store I ever went into that just got me into reptiles. I walked in, and there was this big old glass tank. I mean, it was huge. It had to be like a 500-gallon tank, and it encompassed the entire middle of the store. It was gigantic, and it was filled with Uromastyx. They probably had like 5 Uromastyx in there. Huge, and it was amazing how they made it. But they had like huge cliffs that they made inside the tank. All these tunnels. They made it with like, I asked them when I was a kid. They said they made it with the oh my gosh, I can't remember. It's like this clay stuff you could get. A lot of people have it. I've tried it before. I didn't really like it. I don't know how they did it. I mean, they were just masters at their craft, I guess. Oh my gosh, I think Zubed makes it. Anyways, point is, I'll put it up on the screen once I figure it out. But yeah, so they had like some, I can't remember what they were. They had to have been like maybe Egyptian, not Egyptians. Maybe they were Egyptians because they didn't have a lot of color. Maybe Moroccan Uromastyx. But I remember seeing those, and from that point on, I was like, dude, I love Uromastyx, but I never could find any anywhere. And finally, I found one. I found a yellow Saharan Uromastyx at a reptile expo, and I bought them. And one thing I will say about Uromastyx is for now, they're pretty hard, incredibly hard to take care of, mainly for the fact that they're all wild caught, and especially Saharan, also called Giris. They're really like parasite loaded, stressed out. They're older, so it's a little bit harder on them, and because of that, it's really hard to keep them and get them a good population going in the States. And I really just love them, and I really want to start a population in the States of some Uromastyx. I'm not into breeding. I never was into breeding. I never wanted to breed any type of reptile, but for some reason, when I saw Uromastyx and I got mine, I was like, dude, I definitely want to breed Uromastyx. This is what I do want to breed. I'm in love with Uromastyx, and that's all I care about now. I don't want any other animal as of right now, besides Uromastyx. And that's why I have 5. I'm about to have 6. The empty cage down below is my red Saharans. The one up here is made out of spare parts. That's going to be my new Uromastyx. I'm getting it next week. It's from a guy called Phil Leitz. He's one of the freaking best reptile breeders of Uromastyx in America. So I'm getting one from him soon. But as of right now, I have 5. Yes. Or 4. I have 4. And I'll have 5. Goodness, I'm losing count here. But Jade, my yellow, is over there. But the original one I got his name was Muhammad, and he died because I did not know that they were all wild caught. And when I got him, he just went downhill so fast, and I went and got him tested. He had parasites, but it was just too late. Nothing you could do. And so when you do get your masks, definitely 100% take them to the vet, and they'll give you some stuff. Or you have to take some fecal matter too. I forgot about that. It's disgusting. Definitely make sure, put them in a tank with just paper towels for like the first 2 months. And that's what I did, at least. Learning so much that I do now. I might have to make a care guide on that as well. But yeah, if you get some Uromastyx, definitely take them to the vet because most are wild caught. All of my Uromastyx are wild caught. Nothing wrong with wild caught, okay? That's how the populations got established. But when they are wild caught, taking them into captivity is really hard on a lot of animals, and sometimes they just do not adapt to captivity well. That's Uromastyx, and because of that, they may die. So you need to take them to the vet. Just like how people get dogs, gotta take them to the vet, okay? Make sure they're happy, healthy. When I noticed that my Saharans, I don't know if this is a big thing for all Uromastyx. I only have a couple Uromastyx, obviously, but my Saharans really are not friendly. They definitely are more skittish. They were more, get away from me, don't look at me. They were run when they see me. When I come into the room, they take off into their burrows. They definitely are way more skittish than my Ornates. My Ornates are super happy, friendly, okay, love me. They'll come to my hand, I'll open the door up, they'll come to me. But that could just be my Ornates. That could just be them. I know other people who have Saharans and they're pretty good, but I will say I feel like my Saharans are more skittish and less tame. Now, up top again. And this is Hasbullah! Hasbullah is a wild boy. This is the escapee. He escaped, and he is underneath all these rocks right here, chilling, sleeping, because that's what he does. He is also in a shed, and he does not want to be disturbed. And he sits on here. Oh, wait. No, I seen him. Oh, there. See them little eyes? Oh, there. Oh, I told you. He was looking at me. He heard his name. He does not like me at all. But anyways, yeah, so this cage was actually made out of leftover parts that I had from all these other cages. And then, you know, I had a cage and I was like, well, might as well get another Uromastyx. Anyways, that's his food. I put some alfalfa hay in there as well. He has tons of hiding places and everything to go into. He is a Saharan Uromastyx. I feel like they're more flat land. And I have different substrate in here. This is some topsoil, a little bit of pea moss, and some sand mixed together. And I'm trying different substrates. I'm trying to get like the best where they're from and trying to make it similar to where they're from. Because I know my Saharans really like to burrow and dig. But so do my Ornates. But the Ornates, where they're from in like around Israel, the ground looks like this. It's very much rocky and hard, but I do provide them with that little in there is just full of dirt, as you can tell. And they do go in there. And this is tough. And I think she's a female. Could you look at her mouth? All green from the greens she ate today. And she is here. I'll get her out. She wants to get out. She wants to get out. Here we go. Here we go. Come here, Tough. Look at her. So beautiful. Oh my goodness, licking me. Seeing what it tastes like today. Yeah, this is Tough. My baby girl. And one thing I will say that I know my animals are super fat. I'm trying to work on get them not obese. And she is incredibly fat and chunk. There she is. Look at her. Look at her. Like I said, she'll come to me. And my Ornates love being held. And she just likes licking me and walking around the house. Running around my room. Okay, let's know. Tough. Tough. It's time to go. It's time to go, Tough. There we go. There you go. But yes, so I believe that's, oh wait, this is my mealworm farm. As of right now, I tried to cut it down. My mealworm farm is right there. Tons of mealworms. That's about it. Some alfalfa hay, some extra vines for my chameleon. Also, I just realized I have 2 bearded dragons in my living room. Let's go check those out. This is my bearded dragon, Cupcake. She's chilling. She just ate her morning romaine. She is a fatty, like I said. I need to put everything on a diet here. Everything is just like me, just fat. Not good. My boy Bubba, oh, just pooped, dude. Oh, man. Anyways, my boy Bubba, huge dude. And funny enough, everybody always says I need to have like climbing stuff, and I do. But then I get something new, and I take his climbing stuff out to put in the new thing because I have nothing new to put in the new tank. And so everything's always changing. Like he had these sticks right here for climbing. And then I made Cupcake this cage. I already had Cupcake in another cage. I put Cupcake in this, and I took his sticks and put it in her sticks. Or in here. But anyways, those are my bearded dragons. These are all my animals. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was fun to watch. And that's also why I'm always I'm telling you, my bearded dragons, I always steal stuff from their cage to put in the other one's cage. Like the rocks was in Cupcake's cage. Anyways, point is, like, that's one thing. I'm always stealing stuff. And then technically Cupcake had that cork bark in her cage. It's like a tall cork bark. I had it in a corner. She got to climb up there. I took it out of her cage. I gave it to my anoles. And the one thing I shouldn't do is I'm pretty sure that Uromastyx actually can get sick from bearded dragons. So I do not share any of their stuff. Same with a lot of things. You have to be careful. But yeah, I think it's a fungus. I can't remember. But yeah, Uromastyx can actually get sick from bearded dragons. And don't call me that, but that's what I've heard. So that's also why I keep my Uromastyx in here, my bearded dragons in my living room, and that's pretty much it. Anyways, I'll stop rambling. This is going to be like the longest video I've ever made in my life. I'm sorry, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time.